All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Card Talk. I'm Ryan, joined as always by Tyler and Lou, and we are back. We're all back in our settings, but I guess it was only me. I guess you guys weren't gone. I just was like, yeah, we're all back. Like Tyler was on vacation and Lou was at the beach, but
no, it was just you. You were gone. You weren't on the show for 15 minutes, and then you went back to your intro summit.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, well, we can see how this episode is gonna go. So. As soon as I got in the room behind the stage, Ty, you weren't there yet. Lou had mentioned I had got on and Jason was like, yeah, let's talk about the games this weekend. And Lou's like, no, Jason, we're not talking about it. We're saving it for the show. So here we are, 2 minutes in, and I'm ready to get this started. I'm ready to hear what Lou's got to say.
I don't have anything to say. I'm just ready for your, little comments.
Okay. So okay, perfect. Ready. I got to which number would you like to know first, Lou? 3 or 5?
5.
Okay. 5 pass attempts, 3 interceptions for Zach Wilson.
Okay. Number 1.
What are you saying? That's where he was at?
His first 5 pass attempts of the game had 3 interceptions.
Okay. Number 1.
One of them went right through the receiver's hand, right?
That's more to the wrong team than it is the right team.
That's a fact.
That's not good.
I'm gonna say the first things first. It was a tough game. That's the first thing I'm going to say. It was a tough start. I got a sunburn, so I was really tired because I was sitting in the sun all day. My team lost by 3 touchdowns, and I was there the whole time. Tyler wasn't. Says a lot about me and him. But that's not the point. The game doesn't count. Not a real game. The first play of the game, Damian Harris fumbled again, and it didn't. And they wouldn't give it to us because it's the Patriots. What else is new? And so after that, the rest of the game doesn't count. Because a play like that completely changes the trajectory.
The whole game.
Yes.
So we're just the whole game gone.
Yes. We'll see you in a couple of weeks and we'll try again.
What about the 4 interceptions though?
I mean, if the game wasn't already marred by controversy of the officials helping the Patriots again, then I would get upset. But that's not what happened.
Helping the Patriots?
Yeah, I mean they're NFL officials, they're not Jets officials. This isn't like college football.
With no Brady there, they're still helping the Patriots?
No, Ty, you know what he's doing? He's doing it like when Ohio State, like the Big Ten refs just give Ohio State every win. It's the same thing, except this is the NFL, so it's not like that.
Look, Penn State Auburn was the worst officiated football game in the history of football. And so I'm hearing you guys talking about refereeing. We had the SEC, and they made us punt on 3rd down. They went to the booth to review it and came out and said it was 4th down. And we're the whole team sitting there like it's 3rd down. They made us punt the ball. And then the targeting call on Auburn was terrible too. Like, what are we doing here? This is football.
That was when they tried to get in the end zone, right?
I didn't see it, but I heard it was bad.
It was bad. I mean, the receiver, it was one-on-one with a corner, classic 4-yard line, breaks inside, guy has him at his knees. He goes to lunge, touchdown. Safety comes over and buries him. No touchdown. And it's targeting.
I don't know what you're supposed to do anymore. It's kind of crazy.
It was the worst officiated game.
Real quick, I just got to ask, Ty, I want to come back to that because that's great. I want to talk about Penn State for you. But Lou, worry meter. We talked about it last week. Where are you at on the worry meter, right? Zach Wilson, you had all this hope. You're 7 games. You thought you were going to win 7 or 8 games.
You're asking me my concern level for the season or just in general?
The whole season. I'm talking the season.
I mean, 15-2. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
15, where are we at on the worry meter?
If if over here is super worried and this is not worried at all.
Not worried. We're getting more worried. Where are we stopping?
Wherever the least possible worried is, that's where I am. That's where I am. 15-2.
Do you think the Jets will win 3 games?
Seriously, all kidding aside, probably not. They're not very good.
Jay, I want to try to find the clip. I think I talked about it earlier. I genuinely believe the Jets will be a top 3 pick this year.
I think so too. But here's the thing: they're so not talented on on multiple parts of the ball. So that's just how it goes. But I will say I'm a little annoyed with how the play calling has been going so far. I'll say that.
Who's play caller?
Mike LaFleur.
He got to go?
No, it's his first year. First time ever calling games. It's just a little questionable. We got Michael Carter and Ty Johnson. What are we doing with Tevin Coleman? Get him off the field. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
What's up with Becton?
He's hurt.
He's hurt. He like popped his kneecap out of place.
My man just can't stay healthy.
He's always hurt. Yeah, he's huge. He's
Dude,
always hurt.
I get that. Massive.
Yeah, he's always hurt though. It's unfortunate.
All right, but Ty, we got to talk about it, man. One of these days, I got to get out to Happy Valley. I mean, that looks like the best, sporting event in college. Or I think in college sports, maybe sports. The whiteout at Penn State, man. That's different.
It was ripping. It was ripping and running. And my man Kirk in the booth loves himself a good whiteout. It was a good football game. It was just a good game. Like I would have been devastated at a loss. But we had him. And Sean Clifford came out of nowhere. Lou, my man is a quarterback. 28 for 32. Dotson was looking unbelievable.
Who's the wide receiver?
Dotson, 5.
Dotson, yeah, dude's a
I have to
beast.
do that smoked
Problem.
Wisconsin.
Smoked Wisco and then just went off. There's this dude number 10, John Lovett, redshirt senior, transfer from Baylor. First off, our offense coordinator was getting going. First year dude as well. And this dude came in third down, deep out of the depth chart. Just keep an eye.
A big play.
Yeah, he's going to be a big third down back. Has a lot of SEC. Kind of reminds me of McFadden, just like tall and long. Like what, not a dude you're thinking like running people over, but tall, long, third down back. So I feel good about where we're at right now.
Real quick side note. That backfield at Arkansas
was crazy.
You know who's on that team? Three
It
guys
was
that had moments in the NFL. 3 guys.
It was McFadden.
Yep.
2 of them were Cowboys, right?
No.
Okay.
Who
One of
was
them
it?
was a Cowboy. McFadden was not. McFadden was a Raider when he was drafted.
I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Felix, right? What was his name?
Oh.
Is it Felix Jones?
Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
now,
Felix
what's the
Jones.
third one?
That's a poll. And the third one was the starter over McFadden at first.
That I don't know.
I think it was the other one was the best one. McFadden.
No, he had a brief moment in the NFL.
Yeah.
Don't look it
All
up.
3 were on the team.
I'm
I'm not going
to remember it.
Felix Jones was the Cowboy.
He played for the Browns.
He played for
Do you know who it is?
Browns.
Yeah,
Come on.
okay.
I just looked it up. He played for the Browns. I'm not sure.
Dominated the Patriots. Dominated the NFL one year.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember who it was.
And then he
Peyton
was
Hillis.
gone.
Peyton Hillis played for Arkansas.
Mans was that's not who I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Mans was the cover of Madden,
Yeah, that was weird.
and
Yeah,
then
Madden.
out the league in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Who
That
did
was
contract?
Peyton Hillis was the first time people realized running backs are irrelevant.
Yeah. It says
That's
he
a
was
good point.
primary used as a fullback in college, but yeah, Hillis, Felix Jones, and McFadden were all in the Arkansas backfield at the same time.
Yeah, Felix Jones and McFadden were nice, but didn't McFadden spend some time on the boys?
Might have. I just remember him as a Raider.
I think he ended up
That was
swinging
just-
over there.
He played for a few teams. I remember.
Yeah.
If I remember
So did
correctly.
Peyton Hillis.
Yeah.
But Ty,
Yep, keep going.
I'm gonna be honest. We're 3 games into the season, not feeling good about Ohio State.
No,
Not
you shouldn't be.
Not at all. Real
Shouldn't be.
Real bad. Like we're 2-1, and I'm like, this is not good. Yeah. So I went to Pittsburgh this weekend for a show after trade night on Friday. It's Saturday night. It's like the game started at 3:30. It was probably 7:00. There's 7 minutes, it's just under 8 minutes left in the game, and Tulsa is within 7 points of Ohio State.
I know.
That's unacceptable.
It's a real shame.
You felt like a normal fan for the first time, I bet. Grinding a couple out here and there.
Normal fan.
Well, I mean, look, because that doesn't happen.
The defense can't.
But Tulsa has a little bit of a squad.
They're a good team.
If we played Penn State right now, we would lose by double digits.
You really believe that?
100% wholeheartedly in my heart. Right? If we played Penn State this weekend, we would lose by double digits.
I don't think that's true.
I don't like
I don't think
that.
that's true.
We
Ryan.
can't
I don't
stop
feel
anybody
that doesn't
on
make me
defense.
feel good at all.
Hey, going into last week, we were second to worst in the entire NCAA D1 in defense. Second
love
to
it.
worst.
What
But when the
happened
big
with
games come?
what happened with how's the quarterback?
hurt and playing through injury, and they don't want to start controversy by putting in the backup from Pennsylvania, McCord, who should be playing. Stroud.
What about that Quinn kid, Quinn Ewers or whatever his name is?
He's just coming there to
He's
get the
young,
money.
right?
He'll go through, learn the playbook, get the whole body.
Next year he'll cause a problem.
Yeah, he's just going to be there and going into next season and get ahead and make that money now. He's not, because Texas's NIL laws are different. So he's not there to compete at the moment. McCord is ready. He's a 5-star redshirt sophomore from PA. Like, put that kid in.
What happened to that young running back?
Oh, I mean, the only plays at this point
hasn't showed up.
Handoff left, handoff right.
He's still balling?
Yeah, number one kid in the country. Broke the Ohio State freshman record in his 3rd all-time for yards in a game. Had 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. Like, it's like 307 or something.
See, we got Iowa. Like, we got to talk a little bit of cards.
Iowa this week?
No, we have Iowa in 2 weeks. We have 2 snoozers. Nova. Actually, not even snoozers. We have Nova. Then we have at Indiana, 7:30 ABC primetime. Then we go to Iowa, which is going to be 7:30.
Hard schedule.
Then we have a week off. Then we have Ohio State, Michigan, Michigan State.
That is the toughest schedule I've heard.
Brutal.
If you play Auburn, Wisconsin, Iowa, Ohio State, Michigan State, Indiana, and Michigan, that is the toughest schedule in America. There's not a team that has a harder schedule than that.
Just got to keep winning. Stack them up.
I have 2 things to say. Number one, Ryan sounds like someone who knows that his team's going to figure it out, and come playoff time, they'll be there. So that's the first thing I want to say. Ryan knows that too. That's why he's laughing. So there's that. And the other thing I want to say is Ohio State has to come to Rutgers in a couple weeks, and I just want to put Ryan on upset alert. I'm going to that game, by the way.
Be careful, Ryan.
I'm going.
Maybe fly out to
they're a good team,
New Jersey and watch Rutgers, Ohio State. Lou, Car Talk Live.
I'm in.
Wow.
It's a sneaky.
What's the game? Ohio State, Rutgers.
It's a weird spot for Ryan. I'm just saying.
Can we talk for a second? It's Saturday, October 2nd. I can't be at that game. 3:30. I can't be there. That's unfortunate. Got something that day.
You gotta go golf.
I was just looking on eBay. Cristiano Ronaldo is goat of goats.
You're having a good time.
The best time.
Yeah, that's cool.
The best time.
Must be nice when like the single best player in the world shows up on your team and just dominates from the second he shows up.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Tampa Bay, what that's like.
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
But the thing is, no, it's more of like if Brady left the Patriots 5 years ago and then came back for the Swan Song, and they were like 4-0.
LeBron in Cleveland.
LeBron went back. Yeah, exactly. It's a little LeBron Cleveland like. Long-term blue chip holds. I'm in the market for serious Cristiano cards right now. Back in the United kit.
That's why one of my favorite cards. It was my favorite card before you went there, but like that Man U Ronaldo ice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Now that he went back there, like Lou said, it's like LeBron going back to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Juventus stuff. This 2018 Kaboom did 7,200. Jeez.
Do you think the different jersey stuff? Well, yeah, the different jersey stuff for soccer players is weird at all, or no?
Meaning national kit, club kit.
Yeah, like how does it work now with like Ronaldo Juventus stuff? Like, is it going to be cheaper? It's interesting. I can't figure it out because I don't know soccer like that. I can't figure out like the culture of all of it. But
I believe that it's similar to. It's no different than how do we think about LeBron 2012 Prism? Oh, it's the first Prism or the first Laker, or it's always narratives, right? Like it's always narratives.
I think it matters who it is.
For sure. right?
Right?
But everything does. Everything does.
Exactly. If it's just an average guy, you're like, I don't want their previous stuff. Like, it doesn't matter. If it's Ronaldo, you're like, sure, I'll take a Ronaldo auto, however you can get it. You're not going to pass on a Brady auto in a Patriots uniform or a Bucks uniform. No different than you would pass on a LeBron Lakers or Cavs or
Yeah.
Heat or whatever it might be.
Ronaldo, if he has, and I don't believe he does, if he had 4 kabooms, his 1, 2, 3, 4 kaboom, no matter what year or jersey he's wearing, are more desirable than 90% of the other kabooms out there just because of who he is.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So I think it's always narrative, which is one of the beautiful things. And the best part about shows, which I love being in the action, it's always like, it's your salesman, your narrative, your story of why you're like, this is the card. Like, this is the card. You know what I mean?
But then I guess I was comparing, and I guess it's ultimately the same. Is it people who love Juventus like value that one more than a Man U one or whatever? But I guess it's again same thing.
Yeah, and Lou, that's what I was gonna say was like as they switch teams, the ones will be like the Man U ones. I think will pass the Juventus ones. Like I think the order might shift on them. Like if he's on Juventus, like I think those ones would be the top ones. But now that he's on Man U, I think those would have passed if there was one of each.
Yeah, that
but I still think they're both desired.
I think the 03. Let's see, what are they? The 03 United. I love the one. He's in the black kit. Those are fire. Yeah, this is you're talking about the Contenders auto, right? Was what you were talking about, right?
Yeah, I have a Contenders auto.
Cracked ice. Is it numbered?
Out of 23 or 25 PSA 10.
It's 23, I'm pretty sure.
That's fine.
I thought it was weird how few there were. Like the number was weird. Can I ask a quick question about these golden cells?
Mm-hmm.
Ty, I saw you text about them yesterday.
Yeah.
There was the Super Mario game. There was the Charizard. There was what else?
These sales or these records?
Well, not all of them were records, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't believe. Like the Charizard wasn't a record, I don't believe.
No, definitely not.
What did it sell for?
$270.
10.
I mean, it got up to $500,000, right?
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like too.
Okay. So what are we talking about with the?
I was interested to hear what your thoughts were, especially the video games.
I just continued momentum in that market for sure. In the WADA, I believe that with the PSA and the pop report and the development further of that market, but I do believe it's incredibly inefficient right now, which leads to potentially a lot of opportunities, but also I believe risk in that space, especially in the top 5%, like in demand assets, kind of that higher, what I'd say cost price. There's a lot of risk in it, but stuff is going crazy because there's no supply as of now, at least. I do worry at times of like the early days of these kind of grading things, the same scrutiny that we would put on a new grading company, obviously PSA, Beckett, SGC, but then we've seen a lot of these HGA. We've poked fun at some of them on this show. Like these grading companies come about, we give them real scrutiny. Maybe it's because it's a more mature market, but on one hand, I get worried a little bit about the graded video games and just how the market becomes mature and these newer grading companies and what's really happening and how you grade and who's sitting on lots of games, in places. But it's been ripping. It's been ripping for sure.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on the video game thing like several times, like 5 or 6 times now at this point. Just where I keep landing is like there's no way to know number one population reports. Currently, there's no way to know population reports. There's no way to actually like value the assets because there is so few of them. Supposedly, the numbers keep going up every single time, but it's very, very weird.
Ryan, have people come into the shop asking about games at all?
No, I heard a couple people talk about it at the industry summit. Like it got brought up very little, but no, I've never seen someone ask for it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys a little bit. Ty, you say you like it, but you're a little skeptical. Like, just that YouTube video kind of threw me for a loop on it. I'm not. I'll stick
It's
to what.
sketchy.
I'll stick to what I know. There's a YouTube video that dropped about it for those that haven't listened. That talks about it got like over 1 million views. It talks about like the video game market. I'm not. I don't know. I'd rather keep my money and put it into cards, and it may blow up. It may be the bigger thing than cards. I think I'm content with cards.
Video games is sketchy. Comics is not. Comics is a pretty well established marketplace, I think.
Been around for a while.
Yeah, great comics been around for a while. But that
I
at
really
one point,
want some comics.
Me too. Like when I look at a Batman #1, I'm like, damn, that's fire. Like it's obviously ridiculously expensive.
Jason,
should we get one?
1.47 new record.
Should we get one?
There's got to be a Batman #137 comic, right?
Do we want to get #1 though, as a collective? Put ourselves together.
I mean, I'd be homeless to contribute to that.
Let's call it the bank.
Yeah. What bank's that?
The
There
bank
is a
of Ryan.
Batman #137.
Is there? We need it.
We should get it.
Yeah, no.
That'd be sick. All right. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, we had to talk about today, was basketball. Basketball cards, basketball in general. I have not felt any energy for basketball yet. I will say I'm in the process of making a deal for some basketball cards. I'm going to be
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, we haven't locked up the deal yet, but I feel pretty confident that it's there. So I feel fine talking about it. We're gonna move. Sasha and I are gonna move to Lewis Hamilton for some really good basketball cards.
The Lewis Hamilton.
The out of 10 Sapphire that we got at the National, we were moving it for some basketball cards. Just felt like the right deal. So we're getting like a LaMelo Kaboom, and Anthony Edwards Kaboom, and a bunch of other stuff as well. I'm sure we'll post about it and everything. But when we're talking about doing it, I'm thinking to myself, like, man, there's not a lot of action right now in basketball. And it's kind of like, doesn't basketball start in like 3 weeks?
Preseason starts first week in October.
So next week?
Yep. 2 weeks, week and a half.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And no one cares.
Durant Topps Chrome PSA 10 yesterday did 4,600 best offer. So less than 4,500. Durant Topps Chromes are going for 4,500.
Is that 4K. Cheap or high?
That is cheap comparatively to where it was.
I saw KD Refractor 10 for like 25, I think.
3,100.
That car got up to like 50 grand at one point.
Yeah. These are going for 10, 12, 3,800, 4 grand. Looks like they're coming up a little bit. That's for sure. Season coming.
Lou and I kind of talked about it a little bit off air, but I think you'll see some momentum coming into basketball here soon. There was a lot of hype into football right after the National, and I think basketball's taken a little bit longer, but I definitely think very similar to football, right? You have a lot of young talent, a lot of guys to be excited about. I think a lot of the NBA is getting healthy. There was a lot of guys that missed time last year that are going to be healthy, make the league more competitive, hopefully.
There's going to be fans.
What'd you say?
Fans in arenas.
Fans in arenas.
Yep. Yeah, I think it'll be different this year. And we finally got that off season, right? We talked about that, why basketball lost its luster as the season went on, right? Like nobody was like, they were 40-point games. No one's like, hey, let's go watch this basketball. It's not even competitive.
Yeah.
Now you've had the whole off season.
Yeah.
But Lou, we did want to talk about Ty, you know what's crazy? I don't know if you were here for this conversation. We haven't got immaculate basketball.
Yeah.
Flawless basketball.
For 2020.
For 2020. LaMelo Ball. Mosaic. There's a lot. That's what's we've talked about this before, I'm sure. But that's what I find so interesting about this is by the time the season has started, the season will have started for Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Mobley, like all of the
and the full product run of all the other stuff won't have been out.
Won't even be out. That seems crazy to me, doesn't it? Like I wonder if that's intentional or if
this is new. This is new because of supply chain, because of COVID related.
That's what I don't know is how much of this is COVID supply chain issue.
So take me back 3 years ago. What was the release calendar looking like?
I don't remember 3 years ago quite well. I would guess most of them were out before the season. This seems like a lot of it's got to be from there.
Yeah.
But it just makes you wonder on like when that gets caught up, like how long it takes them to catch up on all of that.
Well, I mean, they've got to be both companies, Panini and Topps, operating under different circumstances at the moment.
Sure.
That's for sure. And so I bet that has a bit of an impact. I do think it's funny, the bullwhip effect. I learned about that yesterday. Supply chain issues. I do think that just with COVID and
walk me through that real quick.
The bullwhip effect.
I'm very interested. Like seriously,
it's pretty much how volatility in demand gets passed up the supply chain, because when demand spikes and then drops by consumers, it goes from the consumer to the retailers to the supplier. So the volatility as it goes higher and higher, just like with a bullwhip.
Yeah.
If you just flick it at the start, by the end, it's much like bigger.
Huh.
Because if the consumer wants 20% more basketball cards, then the retailer thinks that they need to order 40% more.
Yeah.
And then the supplier thinks they need to make 60% more.
Right.
And then boom, then it comes back the other way, and then there's way too much inventory, and then it goes back the other way, and they're out of stock, and the supply chain's all backed up.
Right.
Interesting. I bet we might be seeing some of that.
Well, that's kind of been the thought about COVID in general, right? For like any kind of supply chains, like there's going to be a 2-3 year lag time really to get everything back to normal.
Yep.
Assuming, whenever that is.
The only reason I bring up like Flawless Mosaic and those is because next Wednesday, you're supposed to have the first product of the year with Cade Cunningham in it. Like that class, the 2021-2022 class, the first product drops next Wednesday.
And what product is that?
Chronicles draft picks.
Chronicles draft picks is a little...
Is Cade the guy?
I like Jalen Green a lot.
Shout out to all my Detroit fans. I've seen for some reason Detroit fans feel like they're very like a tortured fan city, like a sports city.
Ooh.
Like the city of Detroit. Like people just act like I think they act like they've never done anything ever. They've never won anything. I've seen like 5 or 6 Twitter accounts like devoted to being a tortured Detroit sports fan.
They had the Red Wings popping off for a little while.
Yeah,
so they're all Fedorov, Stevie Yzerman. I mean, they were a squad.
They were good. They always beat the Jackets. I hated
the Red Wings. The Red Wings were nasty.
Yeah, the Pistons won.
Batsuk.
I think the Pistons, that 06-07 Pistons championship run was like the weirdest. They were scoring like 75 points a game and they were winning championships.
That was a squad though.
That was a squad.
Yeah, that was a squad.
Was that pre? Was that pre or post Malice at the
Palace?
Post.
Really?
No.
Pre, for sure.
Was it pre?
I thought
I think we're just getting old. I'm getting old.
We're getting out of hand.
When was the Malice in the Palace?
Malice in the Palace.
2004. So it was after. It was pre-championships. Yeah.
Malice in the Palace was 04.
November 19th, 2004.
I had a TV in my room. I was watching that game.
We were watching it live?
I was watching it live in my bedroom, yeah.
That's crazy.
Late night. So, yeah, it was like it's probably like 10:45, 11 o'clock at night because it was late in the game.
All right, so done with the little NBA chatter. I want to kind of continue this last week because I wasn't here for much of it. We're week 2, right? It was over last night.
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of your Monday morning overreaction? I realize it's Tuesday morning.
Fields is going to be a beast.
That's your overreaction?
I think Fields is going to be a beast.
Oh. I was going a little differently with that, but that's actually what you believe?
Yeah, like I believe with the little time we've now seen him, I think he was your guy. I just think he's going to be a long-term pro in this league. I think he's going to be a good quarterback.
I can't figure out Dallas. Cannot figure them out. I thought
Micah Parsons is going to be an all-time Hall of Fame player.
I thought they were going to
Parsons is-
be a
Parsons is good.
ridiculously good offense, and then they just weren't very good on Sunday, so that was weird. And I also think Lamar had a big win on Sunday night. I love when Lamar. I don't know what it is. I get very excited when Lamar succeeds and has big moments. I like root for that guy really hard, and I didn't even realize that I did.
That is one thing I'm thinking. That was kind of would be my thoughts, Lou. I think the Chiefs are beatable. I think the Browns could have done it on last week. The Ravens did it this week. Like there's some squads in the AFC that I think have a real shot to beat the Chiefs.
AFC is pretty open.
I would
Chiefs,
agree.
Ravens, Browns,
Bills,
who beat the shit out of the Dolphins on Sunday.
Oh,
They beat the shit out of the Dolphins. That's 4 real teams. There's only 2 more spots in the playoffs.
Another quick little note is Tom Brady might win MVP.
y'all guys just not going to mention the Titans when we talk about the AFC?
No, not going to do that.
They lost week 1, didn't they?
So team can't take an L anymore?
We're doing Overreaction Tuesday.
Yeah, this is
Exactly. And this is
overreactions.
huge comeback. Start the engine. There's a little, got out the gate slow. And then my man Derrick Henry just said, poof, 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 poof. You know
who else is incredible? And we all knew it, but it's happening. Kyler.
Yeah.
That
He's
dude is
good.
unreal.
He's
He makes video game plays 3 or 4 times a game.
Is this what it reminds me a lot of Lamar?
He's like more accurate Lamar.
Agreed.
He's
better
way better
more
thrower.
Agreed. 100% agree with that.
But Lamar just is a little bit more. How you
Elusive.
doing? Yeah.
Did you see the video of Harbaugh being like, Lamar, do you want to go for it? And like, that's just like,
That's
I
a
love that
call.
shit.
A minute
love that
left.
shit.
Yeah. Harbaugh's letting his boy do his thing.
Yeah, I love that. And I also saw a bunch of funny tweets. My favorite thing now on Twitter when Kyler does anything is when people are like, people wanted this guy to be in AAA in Indiana for 4 years. Like,
Yeah, that was so true. What's going on with the Lamar card market? Prisms 696.
maybe I'll get a nice Lamar. I got to figure out what I'm going to do because I'm trying to think about what I'm looking to buy. And if we're going to sell this Lewis, I'm going to get another one. But then I have to figure out what else I'm going to do.
What about maybe some Sam Darnold?
I'll never on that.
2-0?
I'll never on that. I'm pumped, but I'll never on that.
Why not?
Can't do it. They're not making the playoffs, so like it's not going to be a
Why
good
not?
buy right now. Their division's way too hard.
But they're good.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Jameis Winston stinks.
They got the
I
Bucks.
mean,
They're going to lose to the
infamous-
Bucks twice by 100.
Not so famous Jameis. That was Jay's guy.
What a weird. Yeah, that was Jay's guy. What a weird. He had 150 yards passing and 5 touchdowns in week 1, and then they just did nothing on Sunday. Nothing.
He stinks.
Nothing. Games didn't script too well for him. Look, hold on. Hold the phone. They trotted famous out there. Man didn't have 9 of his offensive coaches.
You got to
COVID
play the games, Ty.
buried their staff. Yeah, but everyone matters. Take it from Bill Belichick. Like you got to do your job, and then they got a bunch of interns running around trying to make the play calls, and it's like, what are we doing here?
But if he's supposed to be the savvy vet, like, you know what I mean?
But I'm actually thinking Famous might have a huge week next week if he gets his coaching staff back. You can't forget about the coaching staff.
A funny Jameis thing would be if he's like red hot one week and then ice cold the next for the rest of the season. That'd be awesome.
Every other week, like, Famous.
4 touchdowns next week, 3 picks, 6 touchdowns, no touchdown. Like I want that every week. That'd be great.
It's like the Jets without the touchdowns.
Why would you do that?
That's burial. A year ago today, Lamar's 2018 Prism rookie PSA 10 was going for 2,700, 2,650.
They ran up to like 5, if I remember correctly.
Today, as in the last sale, is 710 best offer.
There's no freaking way a PSA 10 base Lamar did $2,500.
Pretty sure they were doing like 45.
26
Sure, it's not a
nines.
silver.
I'm looking at the base.
You don't remember that?
Silver,
Ryan?
let's see. Silver was doing numbers. Silver's
Silvers
up.
are crazy.
Silver.
$2,500 for a base Lamar 10. Oh my!
It was a wild time.
That's ridiculous.
And the industry was hot. Bakers are doing Bakers are doing few all sales, $350. Bakers are doing half Lamar. How do we feel about that?
Baker
Pop
might be a
890.
good buy.
I like the Browns a lot better than I like the Ravens.
Really?
Do you?
Yeah, I think the Browns are on paper, right? Talent alone, the best team in the league.
Baker
Yeah.
might be a good plan.
I don't think I agree
Clowney-
with that.
Clowney and Garrett at the end. I mean, they just signed John Johnson in the offseason. I'll take Newsome and Delpit and Ward, right? Not even talking about Kareem Hunt and Chubb.
You're talking about
the offensive line is one of the top 3 in the league. You've
Well-
got Beckham, Landry, DPJ, Hooper.
Landry's out for
Ryan.
3 weeks.
Yeah, on paper, I think the Browns are the best, the most.
How
talented team.
How does Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, McCole Hardman, Patrick Mahomes sound to you?
That's really good.
Okay.
Who's-
Just,
The defense is not as good.
their defense is bad. Their defense is not good.
Yeah,
It's never been good.
On paper, as a collective team, I'm taking the
Bucks are the
It's
best.
very close. I'm not saying it's not. Yeah, Bucks are really good. Sure. I'm not saying like it's like by a mile. I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, I think the thing to watch is going to be Will Edwards-Helaire stinks. They have no running game. Oh, wow, just really killing the guy, Jay.
My dude fumbled it with a minute left.
Yeah, tough. I think the thing to watch with the Browns is going to be like, I think we're due for like a Baker, something weird with Baker. Like that's pretty much what it's going to come down to. Is he matured into like a regular human, or is he still going to
I
keep doing
think the
Baker
Browns
stuff?
can win the Super Bowl if Baker Mayfield is like just a game manager.
That's what I'm saying. He has to remain. He has to stay calm
Agreed.
and just play.
Nick Chubb and then hand off to Kareem Hunt. I mean, Kareem Hunt was like amazing as a rookie.
This is also a weird Ohio thing he's doing, Ty. Where like the
That's
Browns
what
are
I'm
like the best
saying.
team in the NFL, but
We're here right now at 10:32 talking about the Browns winning the Super Bowl. Like,
yeah,
we real about this.
I don't know. Right.
Okay.
The Browns are winning the Super Bowl. My God.
They might be a really good team. To be fair, they were like 2 plays away from winning the Super Bowl last year or going to the Super Bowl last year. But you're also doing a little bit of an Ohio thing right now, I think.
No, not at all. I grew up like with the Browns and the Bengals on every single day, all the time. So I'm like not a fan of either team. But
Browns
I
are
think
making the
Browns
Super
are
Bowl.
good.
They're
NFL
good.
sucks.
The Browns have a better chance to win the Super Bowl than the Penn State does to go to the playoff.
That's true.
That's not true. Simply not true.
100% true.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Statistically speaking, it's probably, my gut would say it is not true. You
No,
have
it's
one team to win the Super Bowl. Penn State is one of 4 teams to make the playoffs.
Let's ask the
You're
audience.
wrong.
Let's ask the audience.
They have
Jay-
to just win. If they win the Big Ten, they're going to be in the playoff.
Jay's
right?
going to find the audience for both.
I think if we lose
If Penn
one
State
game,
wins the Big Ten, absolutely. They would probably be the 1 or the 2 seed.
if we lose one game, we'll make the playoff.
If Penn State loses one game and doesn't win the Big Ten, they would still be more deserving than Clemson, whose only game was their best game was a loss to Georgia.
Yeah, but
Clemson
that's not
played-
how it works. You know
Like,
that.
come on, bro. The Browns are winning the Super Bowl and we're making the playoff. So clip
Right.
that.
I would love
Jay,
to
let's
make
go
that
ahead and clip
bet.
that. It's Tuesday, September 21st.
Yeah.
Let's get that clipped.
I wonder if I can find a play for that.
Speaking of plays,
You know who's
Play
going
of
to
the
hate what
week.
you're doing right now?
Play of the week.
Matt.
You cannot bang on the table like that.
Sorry, Matt.
Ty, that's not good for audio.
I know. Just trying to mix it up.
All right.
All right, play the week.
Let's get into Play of the Week. Play of the Week is brought to you by eBay, your number one stop for all things cards and collectibles. All right, so if you're new here, Jason, the producer, fields plays from you, the listeners, shows them to Lou, Tyler, and I live on air. We've never seen them before. We have no idea what's coming. We'll talk about them individually, and then we'll pick a winner and crown a Play of the Week. All right, Jay, What do we got this week?
Shout
First
out
one.
Knox from last week, by the way. You missed it,
Mhm.
right? But
Knox Danger.
all time submission.
Great name.
Yeah.
Great name.
Knox Danger.
Love it. All right, so this is from IC Sports Cards. It says, this weekend while at a local show, I was approached 3 times by a guy that was trying to sell me 2 cards, a Tom Brady and a Patrick Mahomes random numbered cards. Shout out to this guy for being consistent for sure. It says, first he said $20 for the pair, then next time around he said $15. Then the third time around he offered me a blue press proof Donruss rated rookie Jalen Hurts along with the Brady and Mahomes, and I said sure and paid him. I got home and realized the Brady was jersey number. I listed it on eBay for $150 and sold it within 2 hours. Below are some photos of the Brady cards and what it sold for.
It's a good job.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
What is that guy doing selling them for $15? I don't get how he did that.
Guy was trying to make a buck.
Yeah, I would like to see the Mahomes, see what that was. Like to get a little bit more detail, but I mean, even buying the Brady for $15. Jersey number stuff's my thing. I think it sells very, very well. I've always been a big fan of it. I talk about it all the time. Jersey numbered stuff matters. I think it's the most important numbered card. People say it's, you're either super big on jersey number or you're super against jersey number. You think it's stupid. I happen to lean towards jersey number mattering, and people definitely collect it. So,
Yep.
Jay, next play.
Sleep at the wheel there.
JJ.
All right. Lou's going to like this. This is from Cardboard Collaborative. It says, my play of the week is an F1 play. About 4 months ago, I watched Drive to Survive for the first time and became obsessed. Since my attention turned to F1, I found myself checking my saved eBay searches of newly listed Topps Chrome F1 often. Late one Tuesday night, the Max Verstappen lot was listed base and sapphire number 6 and 2 inserts for $40. $47 all in, which I instantly binned. Bought it now. The title and photos weren't great, and it was priced too low, so I took the gamble, expecting it to be canceled or not as described. Now, folks, before we move on from this, Lou is already shaking his head, just to be clear for those that are not watching on video. It says, it shipped and came in as described, actually. I sold the 2 inserts, pictured below, for $15. I sold the base along with another card on Facebook and got about $65 in value for the base. The sapphire looked to be in excellent condition, so I rolled the dice and sent it into PSA Super Express, $314 including shipping. It came back as a PSA 10. I'm now into the PSA 10 Sapphire Max for $234. It currently comps for about $1,100.
Wow. The reason I was shaking my head because I was sitting here realizing that all these people were doing rips of F1 and just listing stuff on eBay blindly, and I completely missed the boat. Just completely missed it. And I just realized it just now.
That's tough.
It's a great play. Great play.
They were off this week or what?
No, they raced last weekend.
Where?
Oh, wait, no. They were off last weekend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so they're back this weekend now. They're in Sochi.
Nice.
Yeah. Big races. A lot of big races going on.
Second half of the year?
Yeah, we're in the second half now. Kind of like the sprint to the finish, I would say. December 12th is when the season ends. To win?
Yeah.
I think Lewis figures it out. I think he finds a way. But if not, it's going to be Max.
It seems like it's only those 2, right?
Yeah, they're comfortably ahead of everybody else. It's pretty much who's going to win more Grand Prix between now and then.
Wow.
What do we think about this play?
It's a phenomenal play.
Yeah, take some risk, right? I mean, this card comes back a 9. This story is a lot different. It's still plus, but a 10 on this card definitely bumps this.
Huge. Huge.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely some risk. But I mean, honestly, even at $47, he was making money. He was probably making 4x, 5x's money, even without even sending it in, right, Lou?
100%. And like he could have done what I've been doing, and I just keep finding cards that I've gotten in breaks that have gone up like 5, like you're saying, like 5, 6, 7, like X since I got them, because all this stuff's going up like crazy. But either way, great play, phenomenal play, good job on the grading. So also, this wouldn't need to be as expensive anymore either. PSA is becoming more of an option for these F1 cards now because they have the $100 option.
Yeah, lowered it to 150.
150. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm kind
definitely.
of changing my perspective on my stuff. I have to send in some stuff, and I'm trying to figure out like I might need to send some of these to PSA now that I think about it.
All right, Jay. What's the next one?
Auto. It's headed to PSA.
All right, this is from hoodiehaskins.tcg.
Well, buddy.
Purchased for July 26th for $81, sold August 2nd for $225. Bought it on a whim of it being a promo, low pop, and a player people wanted, even if the stats don't warrant the value. Threw it up on eBay as soon as I received it and sold almost immediately. # Team Rashford.
Promo sample. What is that?
I've never even seen this card.
Me either. That feels like ridiculously cheap. Am I wrong? Even $225.
I've never seen this card.
Let me see if I can.
Those that are listening, it's a 2017 Topps Chrome UEFA Champions League Christian Pulisic sample promo PSA 10. It's a card I don't think any of us have ever seen before.
I like my man Hoodie Haskins hit me with the Team Rashford. Pulisic's been, unfortunately, just keeps taking knocks.
I'm just saying, I watched one Team USA game and he got hurt and hasn't played since, I'm pretty sure. And that was like
Correct.
2 weeks ago. That makes sense.
Correct. But when he's on the pitch, he's dangerous. I can't deny it. He makes impacts. But he can't stay on the field right now.
Yeah, I mean, outside of seeing this, never seeing this card, which I think, again, like Lou said, this might be a good deal, might be a bad deal. I mean, it's rare. I've never seen it, but 81 to 225, no matter what way you look at it, is a win.
Yes, sir.
So
every single time.
Jay. All right, this is from Sports Card Therapist. It says, I bought a 2020 Herbert Optic rated rookie for $50 in June, sent it into SGC for $30, and it came back at $10. That brought the value up to $350. I brought it to National and traded that and $200 cash for a Bill Russell jersey numbered auto. I took that card and sold it on eBay for $1982. Wow. I took that $1982 and bought a 2000 Bowman Chrome Brady rookie raw. He sent it into PSA to be graded. So I invested a total of $280 of my own money and flipped that into a Tom Brady Bowman Chrome rookie.
Wow.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant because it makes so much sense. Reason I say that, numbered auto, it took that and sold on eBay. So was it Pop Bill Russell, Topps Chrome? We don't know what the grade was on the Russell, right?
It says Pop 1. You would assume 9 or 10, but I mean, honestly, people use Pop 1 for PSA 6s.
Yeah, it looks like a single digit number up there.
It's great because, National, you've got guys that Herbert, right? Herbert, such a modern, of the moment guy in the hobby, right? If you're of what I would say the younger generation, I think that Herbert is a guy. Cards is hobby hype, those guys that just fall into favor. Herbert, boom. Bill Russell, on the other hand, that same demographic, they're just so, I believe, polarizing and opposite. You have to be dynamite at what you do in this hobby to be freaking with both, to be wanting to play in both worlds. You don't see it too much. So I think the person that was on the receiving end of the Russell definitely got value because the other person just wanted Herbert more. Yeah, then turns around and flips it, and look who bought it. Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
So it just plays down the ladder of people want what they want, and just because you value something, someone else may value it completely different, and that's super fine and fair.
Love the jersey number play. First off, love that. Again, I'm telling you, no matter what anybody says, it matters. Somebody's always buying it. But yeah, I mean, turning this is. I don't think it always happens this good, right? We know it always does not happen this good. It takes a lot more time and, a lot more trades and transactions for this kind of stuff to happen. But this is real, right? Trading is a big part of the hobby. This really has all of it, right? Buy a card raw, grade it, comes back at 10, trade it, use some more cash, buy a Brady, grade it, right? This cycle repeats itself. And next thing you know, you started with a $50 Justin Herbert, and a couple $100 later, you're at a Tom Brady Bowman Chrome Raw through a couple trades and some grading. And this can happen. And over time, compounded, this is where you're able to really amass a collection and build something for yourself. This is like the ultimate play.
Agreed. Agreed.
I'd love to know what the Brady grade's at.
Yeah, Jay, can you keep in touch with Sports Card Therapist? I would love to know what the Brady grades.
Imagine a 10. That'd be unreal.
And what's a 10 do? 10 grand?
Something like that. Several $1,000s.
Card.
Yeah. Several $1,000s.
I'm sure it's near five figures. Hold on,
That'd be so sick.
No, they're not 20, Jay. I think the highest they ever were was like 12.
All right.
He's going to win MVP, though.
Let's see what they sell for.
I think Stafford's going to be the MVP.
All right. Last Tom Brady Bowman Chrome PSA 10 sold for $25,000 or best offer.
What?
Last two at auction did 16.8 and 18.9.
I haven't been paying attention. Good job, Jay. Good job, Jay.
TB12, baby.
September 7th, there was a $20,000 auction.
TB12.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's a play. All right, next one. All right, I believe this is probably the last one. This is from Harris Decker. It says, before the season, my local card shop had boxes of rookies that I would dig through. Love this. I noticed they had about 100 Trey Turner Bowman Chrome first refractors priced at $6 a piece. I offered $4 a piece on 40 of them and got them. I've slowly sold them off in various ways throughout the season, grading some, selling some as lots, etc. See the screenshots for completed listings. Made quite a nice little profit when listed throughout the season. All right, Jay, the pictures are super, super hard to see.
So I can see him. So he basically paid what is that? What's 40 times 4? I don't even know what that
40
number
times
is.
4, 60.
160? Yeah, so 160. And in these screenshots, he's at 40, 60, 60, 70, and 80. So.
Yeah, but you got SGC on top left. You got is just one of them graded?
It looks like this one's graded, yeah.
Yeah, 60 for 4. He was paying $4 a piece. So 16.
Yeah, even on like the one graded one, right?
Good job. He did a good job.
Volume yeah, so if it's 4 and then you paid $25 to grade it, even though it's an 8.5, he still makes, $10 on the card. Minus, well, we have to figure out whatever the fees are, but rest were sold raw. Yeah, so I mean, he made like $200. It's a good job.
It's good arbitrage. Just conviction, idea, execute. Raw. Doesn't always have to be about one card at a time. Flip. You believe in something, you see something. I like that.
Yeah. And I think it's also about like patience, right? A little bit here, a little bit there, and just continue to move them in pieces, not saturate the market, grade a few. There's just a lot that goes into this, rather than buy them all for 160 and sell them the next day for 200, which can totally be done. That's decent percentage. Piecing these out over time and really making your money and maximizing your profit on this. I like it. All right, I'm assuming that's it. I think
that's it. He said that was the last one.
That's that one. I mean,
I know what one I'm picking.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. This is actually a really good week. I'm actually really impressed with a lot of these.
I agree.
I love the Brady the Brady jersey number. I love the Verstappen 10 play, the risk there. I love the Pulisic I've never seen, and I think the Trey Turner piece in those out. That one's really really cool. That's a play. But the $50 Justin Herbert to a Tom Brady card. That's the play. So that's my play.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, that's definitely my pick too. 50 into a Brady Bowman Chrome rookie. That obviously it's hard to assume what the grade is going to be, having not seen it and knowing it's just in for grading. But either way, incredible job. $50 or $80 all in, and plus $200 into a Brady rookie is insane.
Let's just see, Lou. What's a 7 sell for? Just for the purpose of this argument,
it should be like $1,000, right?
Even if it's worst case, the last one did 2,500.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, he's up $2,000. Worst case.
Yep. That's a 7. Yeah, that's a play. So Sports Card Therapist is our winner this week. So yeah, that's great. That's the ultimate play. I think that's a heck of a job. Love
and like this is what we want. This is what we talk about all the time. This is what you want to do. You don't have unlimited funds. You have to work your way up into it, right? And so
patience, right? Trading, grading.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into this.
Making smart decisions, like, hey, I have this Herbert, but I can get a Bill Russell auto. That's an obvious move. Like, very smart plays all the way around.
Yep, love it.
It makes me think about vintage going into basketball season in a world where everyone's going to be focused on modern. Billy Russ.
A lot of Rip Hamilton rookies flying around.
All right, so that's all we got this week for Play of the Week. Again, Play of the Week is brought to you by eBay, your number one stop for all things cards and collectibles. All right, so as we wrap it up this week, it's been a heck of an episode. We've got latest launch. As we talk about some of the things coming out this week, and it's gonna be mostly baseball. So this will definitely favor Lou. You've got Bowman Chrome Baseball, Donruss Optic Baseball, Bowman Chrome Baseball Light, and Topps Gold Label Baseball, and then Pro Set Memories Hockey and Leaf full-size autographed helmets.
I was trying to look up the checklist for the Bowman first in this one. I'm so not aware of what's going on in baseball prospects right now. It's kind of crazy. But I will say I did see they have this new auto card with inscriptions on it, which is pretty cool. Those are cool cards. I'm sure people will really love those. Like, Red Sox fans get a Bobby Dahl back. It's just like, go Red Sox on it. That's cool.
We're coming down the stretch here.
For what?
Baseball, right?
Yes. Yeah, the Yankees are finished as usual because they suck.
What happened in San Diego over the weekend?
There was a little bit of drama.
A little dust up, huh?
Yeah, that's Machado. That's Machado.
That's Machado for you? You're just packing it in? I thought the Yankees were on fire. What happened?
Yep.
Lou loves
me, guy. Don't fucking yup me. What happened?
Yeah, they won 13. They won 13 in a row in August. They came back. They came storming back, and then they promptly decided to get their shit kicked by the entire AL East. So, including the Orioles, one of the worst teams in baseball. So, they're a game and a half out of the wild card right now. But Garrett Cole just got booed off the mound. I think they paid him $350 million. He got booed off the mound in a primetime spot. Gary Sanchez is the worst catcher I've ever seen. Aaron Judge is playing well, but they're meaningless games. They're gonna give Aaron Judge like a $250 million contract until he's like 55 years old, and they're gonna miss the playoffs again because they stink and they have World Series expectations, and that's how it goes when you're bad.
Lou feels the same way about the Yankees I feel about Michigan.
I can't stand the Yankees. I hate them.
Hatred.
Michigan's bad though.
So are the Yankees. They haven't done anything in 25 years.
25 years is a bit aggressive, okay?
They have one World Series in 25 years.
20
years.
Okay. So now you're walking back. When was their last title?
2009.
They only won one since 97?
They won since I think they have one championship in 20 years.
09, 2000, 99, 98. So 1 in 20. They beat the Mets in 2000. And they won in 99. They won 96, 98, 99, 2000.
Yep. Back when, they weren't
G-Man. When G-Man was fucking... relax, all right? Relax.
The Yankees won their championships.
Right, relax.
The Yankees were winning championships before you could,
relax,
drive a car with power steering.
Relax. I don't want to hear it. All right? I'm out of here.
Real quick, Lou. Who's going to win?
The World Series?
Yeah. Who's the favorite?
The Giants have been incredible. The San Francisco Giants are a very, very, very good team. I think it'll probably be the White Sox or the Giants.
Wow.
Yeah. The Astros don't have enough, I don't think. But you never know. Championship love, when you're a champion, you just figure it out. You figure out a way to get there.
You know about the Astros?
Yeah, they'll be back in the AFCS.
Let's shut this thing down. Jay, Judy.
All right. That's all we got for now, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.